everybody, this is the Shape speaking, and hey Liner fans, I'm back on the Queen Mary, back here again for the Dark Harbor Haunt. And I know I said last time I was here that I was going to get onto the Queen Mary more often because they've got new things they're doing, and yeah, I didn't really get to do that. But I do now have a membership here, and I'm bear with me here. I've got this new camera that I'm still getting used to, but I'm planning to come back and check out a lot of things. In the meantime, I'm here a few hours early so I can just hang around the ship and see what's out here. So we're going to go around the ship and we're going to take another look.
What is now Piccadilly Delights originally served as a first-class after-shop and candy store. When we reopened in 2023 later that year, this would then become a vintage candy store. This corner here, this stores are originally a WH Milton store, a way to provide for selling books, literature, bestsellers,
Okay, so one thing, I was planning to do that intro video standing in front of the Queen Mary outside, but unfortunately, like a dork, when I took a lift to get up here, I forgot to bring sunglasses, which are usually sitting there in my car. So for the rest of whatever I film just on the ship, I'm going to go ahead and use my phone, save the battery on that new camera for tonight at the Haunt, but I will be coming back sometime in the future to do stuff that's a little more elaborate, but in the meantime, I'll shoot whatever I can. You know, I'm never 100% sure that this isn't Annabelle. And this is the Queen Mary Model Gallery. Always a pain to try and shoot with all the reflective plastic around these, but a lot of the models that used to be here have been removed. Of course, this right here is the infamous Titanic. Unlike the Queen Mary, it's currently on the bottom of the Atlantic, but we all know that. And these are cutaway models, so you can, as you can see, you can walk down here and see a cutaway of the inside. There's a lot of these little itty bitty models right here, and then right over here, this is the Normandy. One of the most beautiful liners of her time. It was a contemporary to the Queen Mary. This one burned at her berth during World War II and capsized and had to be scrapped where she lay. Similar fate that much later would befall the Queen Mary's sister ship, Queen Elizabeth. I realize if I'm posting this video on liner pages of stuff, I'm just going over information everybody already has, but you know, there's always going to be somebody watching this who's curious. The nice city of Long Beach. And we come right over here to Lusitania. Lusitania was torpedoed during World War I, rather, and sank in 18 minutes. The story is actually as dramatic as the story of Titanic is. There's actually a pretty good TV movie called The Sinking of the Lusitania that was done for the Discovery Channel. While it doesn't have the budget and the special effects that Cameron's Titanic film did, it does capture the whole drama of the sinking pretty well, and the characters and people who are on board. Now, like I said, they've removed a lot of the models here. Right over here where you see all these chairs and one random person sitting in them. They used to have an actual model of the Queen Mary herself, and they used to have some of the new colored queens over here, like the Queen Mary II and the Queen Victoria, but those are all gone. So, a little sad, but at least we still got these big three models right here. It's a little weird that they're all three ships that sank, but... Okay, so with all that in mind, I'm gonna head over to have a drink at the observation bar. This is actually one of my favorite parts of the ship. Incredibly beautiful designs in here.
Wait, you said rocks? Oh.
Yeah. They used to open up this place earlier, but for some reason they only open it after 4 o'clock. But as you can see, a lot of incredible design work in here. One bartender waving at me. Really, really beautiful part of the ship, and absolutely my favorite place to stop and go get a drink. Good, the sun isn't quite so bad. Once again, I am really fond of the designs in here. This kind of Art Deco design. Now this is interesting, the Britannia Salon. For a long time, the only way for me to really see the inside of this was to stick my camera like this up against the door and take a look inside. At least one point when I was a member previously, I took the historical tour and they actually took us inside. So while it might not have been all that thrilling to all the rest of the people on the tour, I was really excited. I love it when they take you in here, and I like it when they take you into the Queen Salon and other places in here. Again, the interior design of this ship is really beautiful, and I've always been a big fan of this place. I'm looking forward to coming back later on and taking some more of the tours. Yeah, here you go, more look at the Britannia Salon. Quite nice, no? Okay, hey everybody. So I am having my dinner in the Promenade Cafe. It's actually a little bit cheaper than some of the other places, but this is really one of my favorite places on the Queen Mary to eat. It's very nicely designed. They have some pretty tasty food, and you're right next to the windows to look out on the city of Long Beach. With a whole lot of interesting architecture out there. You know, not every part of Long Beach looks as great as you can see from over here, but yeah, really think this is one of the better restaurants on here. I know there's some people who are kind of like very snooty who think the old Sir Winston's was better, or the Clam Chowder Cafe or whatever that's called over here, but I always like this one. Really nice, really beautiful, and the food is always tasty. Yeah, pretty much every time I'm on the ship, I always want to eat here. This is a really good place.
Maybe we can come back here after dinner.
Hello.
They have them with, I think, they have the books.
And there's nothing in these trunks.
I haven't opened them or touched them or anything, because I know they sometimes make it.
These are still around.
And do they sell those unused boxes of cleans?
Yeah, I think so.
Go back there to get these
I'm not
cleans.
quite sure, but.
Nothing seemed to help, not even the VA. Without his wife of 64 years, Jim doesn't think he would have made it.